Hey people, good to be seen by you again. Welcome to our morning devotion. We're in the book of Judges. This time we're in chapter 11, and we come upon a very interesting person. His name was Jephthah. Yesterday we spoke about the fact that God uses ordinary people, just stable people, normal people, to uphold and to strengthen his kingdom. Today we take it into a completely new league. This man Jephthah, in the book of Judges chapter 11, it says of this: Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty warrior. So you get a picture of this man who can lead the army, and he was a man he was a mighty man. His father was Gilead, but his mother was a prostitute. Gilead's wife also bore him sons, and when they were grown up, they drove Jephthah away. You're not going to get any inheritance in our family, they said, because you're the son of another woman. Isn't it incredible how here's this great man, and yet his credentials for greatness are not found in his legacy of the past. This man Jephthah was a man of his own making, a man who must have had been under the blessing of God in some strange way, and yet his heritage was really, really bad. And so his family rejected him on the basis that his mother was not one of them, and his mother was a prostitute. And we look at who God uses today. Isn't it crazy how God uses the strangest tools to achieve his function? How God uses the people who everybody else has rejected to support him and to make his kingdom great. God used the likeness of the greatest example would be someone like David. Here was this young man, no great heritage, had wonderful brothers, greatly powerful and greatly soldiered and well educated, and yet God chose this little man, David, because his heart was so great. So we read how God does not look on the outward appearance, but he looks on the heart. But God looks further than that. God does not look back into your history and say that, man, you're of no use to me because of your pedigree. You're of no use to me because of your past. God says, I don't care about your pedigree. I don't care about your past. I'm going to use you anyway. Now, the greatest example of this would have to be Jesus. In the book of Matthew, where Matthew is writing to Jewish people, and the Jewish people were big into their pedigrees. They were big into the who begat who thing. And the closer you could align yourself to Abraham, the bigger and better the Jew you were. But Jesus was not like that. And God, in the book of Matthew, when Matthew is trying to tell them that Jesus is who he is, that he is the king, uses the genealogies of the past. And have a look at those genealogies, if you will. And you will see many people who were nobodies. You will see people there was Rahab the prostitute. In the line of the Son of God were people that the world would have rejected and put aside and said, you're of no use because of your pedigree or your past. Now listen carefully to me, people. God is not concerned about your past. Once it has been redeemed, he will never refer to it again. So don't you dare refer to it, because it means nothing to God. Any excuse you have over something that you may have done in the past, or that one of your ancestors may have done in the past, has no right to rule who you are in the present. So it's the future that God is really concerned about, because it's the future that determines who we are in the present. God's not interested in your past. In 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7, I think it says that those who are in Christ are a new creation. The old is past, the new is there. And people, that's who we are. Only problem is we still behave as if we're the old person. We're a new creation. For goodness sake, go out there and behave like one. Go out there and behave like a new creation. When you're a new creation, you don't need to worry about the past. You don't need to worry about your sin or the burden that you carried around for years. It has gone, people. It has gone. You are a new creation. Now all you've got to do is behave like one. And that's what Jephthah did. Jephthah did not hold, everybody to account for. He was a great man, despite his horrible heritage. He was a great man, and God chose to use him, despite the fact that his family rejected him, despite the fact that his pedigree looked awful. He chose to be used of God. So I want to encourage you today. We're a new creation, people. It's going to behave like one. Have a fantastic day. Bye.